that you can become your very best self even through difficult times? Do you know that difficult times have a way of making you become a better person than you could ever imagine? That is what I'll be talking about today. I'll be showing you how difficulties can mold you into a better person. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Hello, fellow Inspirers. Welcome to Inspira Central. My name is Monica and I'm the Chief Inspirer herself. It is so good to have you here. Today I'll be talking about growing through difficult times, growing through difficulties, and how to make the best out of difficulties that may arise. We all go through difficulties from time to time. We all face challenges. But do you know that you can become your very best self even through difficult times? Do you know that difficult times have a way of making you become a better person than you could ever imagine? That is what I'll be talking about today. I'll be showing you how difficulties can mold you into a better person. In order for you to make the most of difficult times, you have to first understand what difficulties are. Difficulties are those things that come up, those unpleasant situations that come up and you don't like them. You never see them coming, you don't plan for them, but they come up and they disrupt your life. Situations that you would rather not have, those are difficulties. It could be losing your job, it could be experiencing heartbreak, it could be suffering a health condition. These are some examples of difficulties. And even though we don't plan for difficulties, we have to adjust and we have to adapt so that we can find a way to survive through those difficult times. And even though nobody likes to go through difficulties, it has a way of fueling our growth. It has a way of bringing out inner strength that we never knew that we had. So how does difficulty fuel our growth? Difficulties have a way of being a catalyst for change. That is to say that they propel change, they force change to happen to us, they force us to grow. Because when we face difficulties, the first thing we do is that we get out of our comfort zones. The first thing we do is that we get uncomfortable because difficulties make us uncomfortable. And so we are no longer in that place where we would rather be. We are no longer just chillaxing, relaxing, doing what we usually do. We are faced with a difficult time, we are faced with a challenge, and we now need to brace up. We now need to get up and do something to fix it, to resolve it, to make it better, or to find a way to survive in the face of the difficulty. That is what difficulty does, and that is how we become even better. We find out that there is this inner strength. We find out that there is this reserve of energy. We find out that we are not as clueless as we may have thought. We start having ideas. We start coming up with new thoughts. We start finding that we have a lot of physical energy, a lot of mental tenacity. We have this grit, we have this focus, we have this determination. And you will not ordinarily tap into that unless you are faced with a challenge. You will not ordinarily tap into that unless you have a reason to get out of your comfort zone and to do something unusual, to adjust and adapt to this unusual, unpleasant, new situation. That is one thing that difficulties do for us. Difficulties force us to look within, to see what we have within, things that may have been lying dormant, strengths that we did not know that we had, skills that we did not know that we had. We have to now look within to find out how we can adapt, how we can expand, how we can overcome the problem and the challenges. Difficulties have a way of pushing us beyond our limits. They have a way of making us see that we really do not have limitations, that we are stronger than we think we are, that we are bolder than we think we are, that we have innate skills, innate knowledge that we have never tapped into until now. That is what challenges and difficulties do for us. Difficulties also help us reinvent ourselves. We now find a way of readjusting our identity, readjusting our mindset, readjusting who we think we are, and adapting to this new situation. We find a way to brace ourselves, still ourselves, and then change ourselves to become a better version, a stronger version, a more tenacious version of ourselves than we ever imagined we could have been. Ordinarily, you would not tap into that. Ordinarily, you will not tap into your strength. Ordinarily, you will not go outside your comfort zone until something makes you uncomfortable, until you have a reason to step out of your regular day-to-day activities. You will not expand. And so difficulties have a way of making you expand. They have a way of making you grow. They have a way of making you look deeper, look within to say, I'm not just this little girl. I'm a grown woman. I'm not weak. I'm not frail. I'm stronger than I imagine. I'm stronger than I've ever thought that I am. And then difficulties expose you to a version 2.0 of yourself that you never imagined that you were. You find out that you are no longer who you thought you were. You're not as small. You're not as meek. You're not as fragile. You're not as sensitive. But you become bolder. You become more energized. You become more tenacious. You find out that there is this strength in you. There is this power. There is this boldness. There is this authority. There is this wisdom. There is this knowledge that you never knew that you had. One thing is that it's not the difficulty itself that makes you change. It is how you respond to it. Because remember that as human beings, we have a survival instinct. We must find a way to survive. We must find a way to grow. We must find a way to adapt. And one thing we need to know is that as human beings, you must adapt. If you don't adapt, you would wither away. If you do not adapt, you are going to go down. And so in order for you to keep your head above water, in order for you not to drown, you have to adapt. So it is not the difficulty itself that makes you start to change. It's not the difficulty that makes you evolve. It is how you adapt to it. It is what the difficulty forces you to do. It's not that there is a difficulty and so you change. No. It is, there's a difficulty, I have to survive, and so I must change. And so I must adapt. So that is what happens when you face a challenge and you stand up to it and decide, I will not let this thing take me down. And you decide, I must win. I must come out tops. Out of this thing, there must be a victory. That is one thing that difficulty does for us. It makes us adapt to become better versions of ourselves. So now I'm going to give you practical tips for how to go through challenges. I'm going to give you step-by-step tips of how you can brace up and overcome your challenges and become even better in spite of or because of your challenges. The first thing is to accept the challenge. Accept it. A problem has come. Don't shy away from it. Don't say, okay, let's pretend it's not there. Don't act like you don't have a problem. Accept that there is a problem. Accept that there is a challenge. Brace up to that challenge. Accept it. Look it in the face and say, okay, you're here for me. Are you here for me? All right, I'm equal to the task. I'm equal to the task. I will deal with this headlong. I will face you, I will tackle you, and I will deal with you squarely. That's how you look at a problem. Accept that there is a problem, accept the challenge, do not ignore it. That is the first step to becoming better in the face of challenges. The second thing is to reflect and learn. Look at that problem, analyze it, assess it, and say, what is it that I did wrong here? What am I to learn from this problem? Because every problem actually is an opportunity for growth. Every problem is a reason for you to become better, for you to expand, for you to diversify, for you to grow. So look at it and ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to see in this that is different? What am I supposed to be updated on this matter? What is this matter telling me? What is this challenge bringing to me? What is it saying to me? And how am I supposed to become better? How am I supposed to grow? How is this an opportunity for me to grow? Look at it and assess it and find out how you can use that problem. How you can use that problem as a stepping stone and not as quicksand. So use your problem as a stepping stone and not as quicksand. Make sure that problem does not absorb you. Make sure that you do not become weaker, become frailer, become, despondent because of the problem. Instead, ask yourself what you can learn from this problem. You can talk to a friend to gain clarity on what this problem is presenting to you as an opportunity in disguise. You can also journal. You write down, okay, this is the problem, how do I go about it, what are the opportunities in this problem, how do I fix it, and all that. You can write it down, or you can talk to a trusted friend. You can do some kind of brainstorming with that friend. Just express yourself and tell your friend how you feel, and both of you can come up with, opportunities that may lie in that problem. Both of you can assess, analyze, and deduce and decode what opportunities lie in that problem. So talk to a friend or journal so that you can look critically at the problem and the opportunities that may be in that problem. The third step is to focus on what you can control. When problems come, we are usually overwhelmed. We are so worried, we are so bothered. We just feel that this is enormous, this is beyond us. What do we do? And sometimes we become so overwhelmed that we forget that there are things we can control. For instance, you can control your response. You can control your attitude. You can control some situations. You may not be able to control the full problem, but you can control the way you react to it. You can control the way you respond to it. You can control how you behave while that problem is being solved. So know that there's always something you can control. Focus on that. Let that be your focus. For instance, instead of screaming down the house, you can go to a corner, still yourself, calm yourself down, and think. Think, analyze the problem. Or you can decide, okay, I am going to compartmentalize. I have a busy day, I have a deadline, I have a job to do. So let me compartmentalize. And then you say, I'll put this problem in a corner of this box. It's like an empty carton, and then you divide it into 4 parts and say, this part of the box is for the problem, let's keep it aside. And then you compartmentalize that and push it aside, while you focus on the other parts, the other 3 parts, your job, your family, other things that you need to do. You focus on that while the problem is still in the corner. Like, tell yourself, I will not think about this for the next 1 hour. I want to do some work. I want to get some work done. I have a deadline. Let me just focus on my work. And then you focus on your work. You can control that. That is something that is within your control. So do not give up control completely because you have a problem. Do not just let that problem overwhelm you and overtake your whole life. You have a life to live. You have other areas of your life that need to function even while that problem is still ongoing, even while it's still being sorted out. So do not let your problem overwhelm you. Instead, focus on other things that you can control and control them, and make sure that they do not become submerged or become a part of that problem, or you let that problem just overwhelm them, take over them, and you use that problem to destroy the rest of your life. Maybe you have a problem at work and then you come home and you're taking it out on everybody. Before you know what is happening, you have ruined your relationships. Before you know what is happening, your marriage is on the brink of parting ways. You just cannot go on. So don't let one aspect of your life that has a problem become the determining factor for the rest of your life. Learn to compartmentalize. Learn to compartmentalize so that while the problem is being resolved, you can still maintain other areas of your life and you do not taint them with your problems. So learn to compartmentalize. Take control of what you can control. Like I said, your response, your mood, whatever it is, your other relationships, the other areas of your life, take control of them so that you do not lose them while you're trying to fix that problem. Step number 4 is seek support. When you're going through challenges, when you're having difficulties, you should be able to tell your family, your friends, your loved ones that you're having a problem. You should be able to share. You should be able to reach out to someone to say, I need help, I need support. Now, even if they cannot support you, whether it's financially, they can support you morally. They can be a shoulder that you can cry on. They can be listening ears. They don't necessarily have to help you fix the problem if it's not within their power to do so. If it's not within their power to do so, then they don't need to. All they need to do is listen to you. And a problem shared is a problem half solved. You've heard that, right? So get people, your family, your friends, your loved ones to support you. And the only way they can support you is when you share. If you open up to them, if you tell them what you're going through, if you share your challenges with them, then they can support you. Open up to them, share with them, so you do not carry this challenge load alone. So you do not carry this problem on your head alone. Reach out to people who love you. Reach out to people who care about you and let them support you. If you can find a solution to the problem from among family, that is even better. They will not just support you with their words, with their support, emotionally. They may also help you find a solution to that problem. So seek for support from family, seek support from friends. That is what they are there for. A friend is made for adversity. Have you heard that? Friends are made for tough times. So that is why you have a friend, and that is why you should also be a good friend. So that when adversities, when difficult times come, you have people to lean on. You have people who will listen to you. You have people that you can trust. You have people that you can reach out to. So seek support. Don't do this thing alone. You need the support. You need the friendship. You need the encouragement. You need your family with you at this difficult time. Seek support. The final tip I will give you is keep moving forward. Don't let that problem become the be-all and end-all of your life. Let your life keep moving forward. When that problem is fixed, let it just be an episode. Let it just be history. Let it just be something that has come and gone. But your life must keep moving forward. You must not stay at a place just because you have a problem. Keep moving forward in other areas of your life. Even as you're trying to resolve the problem, keep moving forward. Keep growing, keep learning, keep expanding, keep doing other things that you love doing. Don't ever make your challenge the focus of your life. Don't ever make your challenge become something that makes you stand still in life. Let it not become a hold-up, a roadblock because you have a challenge. Don't ever let that happen to you. Ensure that no matter what happens in one area of your life, you keep growing, you keep expanding, you keep doing other things that you love, and you keep moving forward. Because life is moving, time is going. So you cannot stay there pining over a problem for the long time. You cannot stay there giving all your time, all your attention, all your focus to that one problem. You should be able to move on. You should be able to keep moving forward, keep growing, keep expanding in other areas of your life. So that when that problem is fixed, you find that you have not wasted time. You find that you have grown in other areas. That problem does not become the focus, the highlight, the high point, and the center of your life. So keep growing, keep moving forward in spite of your challenges. Difficulties happen to everyone. They come our way even when we don't expect them and when we don't prepare for them. But when you face them head on, when you accept them and you see them as opportunities for growth, you can make the best out of that situation. So do not let your difficulties become the center of your life. Instead, grow in other areas while you're still resolving your difficulties. If you found this video helpful and it has encouraged you as you go through difficult times, please share with others who are going through a difficult time. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's colleagues at work, please share this video with them. And also, please drop your comments below. Let me know how this video has encouraged you and motivated you. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video and you would like to see more of such videos, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like and share my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been encouraged and I hope you have been motivated. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much. Inspira Central.